If you're considering the Linsoul Tin HiFi T4 earbuds because you've heard they promise audiophile level sound at a budget price, stick around. But here's what surprised me. They don't quite deliver the magic you'd expect. You might think these earbuds will blow your mind with crystal clear highs and deep bass. But instead, you could end up with a frustrating listening experience that feels more like a compromise than a win. However, before you hit that buy button or scroll past, let me break down exactly why these earbuds might not be the shiny upgrade you're hoping for, and who they might actually suit if you know what to expect. First off, I want to be clear about one thing. The Tin HiFi T4 has a clean, sleek design that looks like it could belong in a sci-fi movie. Think high-end automotive and aviation elements combined with aerospace-grade aluminum. Seriously, they feel sturdy and premium in hand. And if you're into unique styles, you might even catch yourself admiring these stainless steel shells as you unleash your playlists. But beauty and build can only get you so far when the sound doesn't meet expectations. So, who are the T4s for? Audiophiles hunting for crisp, studio-quality sound on a tight budget might find some redeeming qualities here. But casual listeners or bass heads looking for that punch and warmth, you've got to keep watching. Let's dive into the audio performance, which is where things get controversial. Linsoul advertises a new ultra-compact 10 carbon nanotube dynamic driver. Sounds fancy, right? It's supposed to deliver a frequency response from a staggering 10 Hz to 20 kHz with only 1% harmonic distortion, a specification usually reserved for pricier setups. But here's the twist. In real-world listening tests, the signature isn't quite as perfect as the specs suggest. The soundstage attempts to be immersive, but the bass feels thin and somewhat recessed, leaving the lows lacking that oomph that many of us crave for genres like hip-hop or EDM. And those crystal-clear trebles, well, sometimes they get a little too sharp, leading to listening fatigue after longer sessions. Ever felt like your earbuds are commenting on your taste in music with a sarcastic edge? Yep, that treble can do that. Yet the mids on the T4 manage to shine through. Vocals come through reasonably clear, albeit slightly forward. So, if you mostly jam to podcasts or vocal-heavy genres, these might not be a complete miss. However, for the price point, there are alternatives that produce a more balanced sound without that piercing treble issue. It's like getting a coffee that promises a rich espresso experience but tastes like name-brand instant. Technically satisfying but emotionally unsatisfying. One more thing that sparked my mixed feelings was the ultra-pure silver-plated copper cable with an MMCX interface Linsoul includes. This was a smart move since it allows for durability and cable swapping, a plus if you're prone to tangling or want to upgrade to a different cable later. Plus, the cable itself feels premium and tangle-resistant, an underrated victory for everyday commuters and people on the move. But, and here's the catch, the MMCX connectors sometimes felt slightly loose after extended use, leading to occasional audio dips. It's a minor annoyance but enough to detract from the overall user experience. Speaking of comfort, I was pleasantly surprised. The T4 has a refined shape modeled from user feedback, designed to maximize comfort and provide a tight seal with up to 32 dB noise isolation. This means noisy environments like public transport or a busy office won't drown out your tunes as badly. Wearing them for long stretches felt reasonable without that ear ache you sometimes get from overly aggressive earbuds. Okay, you might still have coworkers wondering why you're so immersed in your music during meetings. Maybe just blame the futuristic look, not the sound. Now, before we get to the final verdict, let's address some of the mixed reviews on Amazon, where the T4 holds a middling 3.8-star rating. Some users applaud the design, build quality, and potential clarity, much like fans who see the glass half full. But others complain about inconsistent sound quality, with reports of distortion at higher volumes and lackluster bass response. It feels like the T4 is a bit hit or miss depending on your music preference and expectations. Think of it like going on a blind date. You hope for fireworks, but sometimes just get a polite handshake. Maybe not what you paid for, but not a disaster either. At this point, you might wonder, should you just skip the T4 altogether? Well, here's a mini promise. If you're hunting for pure, uncompromising audiophile quality at an affordable price, the Tin HiFi T4 might leave you wanting more. But if you want a stylish, comfortable pair of earbuds with decent mids and an innovative design, they could be your next everyday companion. Remember that the silver-plated cable and MMCX interface add real value for those who like tinkering or plan to upgrade cables down the road. Let me lighten the mood with a quick joke. Why did the audiophile bring a ladder to the concert? Because they wanted to reach the high notes. All right, back to business. So, what's the sound profile in a nutshell? Think of the T4 as a car that looks like a Lamborghini but sounds more like a dependable sedan. It's reliable and built well, but its performance can surprise you in less than stellar ways. The drivers emphasize clarity and detail, but sacrifice some warmth and bass punch. Anyone who's coming from standard earbuds or cheap wireless buds will definitely notice an upgrade, but those accustomed to richer, fuller sound signatures might find it underwhelming. Another joke to keep you entertained. Why don't audiophiles tell jokes on Bluetooth speakers? Because they don't like the wireless delivery. Humor aside, if you want to bypass the hype and understand what the T4 can realistically offer, this combo of carbon nanotube drivers and tuning represents a passionate attempt to deliver high-fidelity sound at a modest price. Let's talk value. The T4 often comes at a budget-friendly price tag, which, considering the aerospace-grade materials and the silver-plated cable, is impressive. But you get what you pay for. Some quirks come attached. For listeners who enjoy genres that are vocal-forward or classical, these earbuds can reveal layers of music you might have missed on cheaper sets. But if you live for cannonball bass drops or ultra-smooth highs, then this might not be your best bet. One more joke to keep the energy up. What do you call an earbud that tells secrets? A whisperer. Hopefully, the Tin HiFi T4 won't be whispering complaints about poor sound in your ear. Moving toward a balanced conclusion, the Linsoul Tin HiFi T4 earbuds stand as a bold attempt to shake up the budget audiophile market with cutting-edge tech and thoughtful design. They bring several pro features packed into a stylish and durable shell. Yet the execution in sound tuning leaves listeners divided. Some will appreciate the clarity and precise mids, while others will pine for more satisfying bass and smoother highs. If you identify as an audiophile who loves to experiment with sound and doesn't mind a few tweak sessions or cable upgrades, the T4 could be a worthy entry-level gadget. But casual users looking for warm, forgiving sound profiles might want to explore other options like Tin HiFi's older models or competitor earbuds in the same price range. To wrap up, the Tin HiFi T4 should not be dismissed outright. These earbuds come with genuine innovation and quality materials that shine in various aspects, especially build and comfort. The sound, while not perfect for everyone, offers a new listening experience that redefines the expectations of budget. With some patience and the right music selection, they can transform into a reliable daily driver. For the latest deals and the best price on Amazon, check the link in the description below. If you decide to take the plunge, at least you'll know exactly what to expect, and that's half the battle won for any music lover. Remember, great sound is a journey, not a destination, and the Tin HiFi T4 might just be the stepping stone you need on your path to audio enlightenment. Happy listening.